Hey, good afternoon, happy Sunday, welcome back to the Den of Iniquity. That is Ken Shaving and BSing, and today I'm going to try something I've not used before except for practice here and there. A CJB Kamisori, courtesy of Leroy Chavez. Damn internet, I want to say Leroy Jenkins. If you know the backstory, look up the original video on how Leroy Jenkins, in terms of the gaming world, came about. It's hilarious, because at least the guy got chicken. You got to watch it. But, Nomio Shaves is his channel. Lee Chavez loaned me his CJB Kamisori. He also was kind enough to include 2 Kai Captain Titan Mild Pinks and 2 Feather Professionals. I was using the off-camera, testing out, learning my angles and stuff, either on my cheek or on other spots on my body, and my calves and stuff, or and shins, because I wear jeans a lot of time over the years, and I sit cross-legged. I've just have bare spots where just over time the hair is just rubbed off. So I looked at areas there to experiment with the angles using this. I find it very easy. It's close to a straight in many regards. A little obviously thicker since it's a feather artisan blade versus a Chevette using a DE, half a DE blade. So I'm going to do best I can with the shave, and if I'm hitting some rough spots, I'll be honest, I'm just going to grab my leaf and touch up areas. I don't want to get too close because I'm going to shave tomorrow morning, but I want to just do at least a cursory pass or so to show what I can do with a Kamisori on camera, because fortune favors the bold, or, well, I don't know, it may favor the foolish, or it could be a detriment, so we'll see. But I also want to feature a soap I got in. Those of you friends with me or in the same groups with me on Facebook, I got the Saville in reserve, and I love this packaging from Barrister and Mann. This is Saville scent that you're used to now in this label, but he did it in the reserve base. It was for the Reddit wet shaving group, and he did an aftershave with it, and I totally just missed the boat. I missed the notification. I misread, whatever. But to be honest, as much as I love my reserve cool aftershave, the formula itself it's fine for what it is. It's not a winner, but it's also not a... I mean, it's as good as many other aftershaves I use, because I still, a lot of times, will either use a post-shave balm, but I also use a serum on the face. I use, witch hazel, and I also moisturize. So an aftershave many times is for the scent, being that I'm in a close office environment versus wearing an EDT, EDP, etc. But I love this soap base. I love this packaging. It's in the reserve tubs and what he's been going to mostly now with most of his soaps. And I love this coppery orange on black versus the regular Saville. Here, just to show you an idea of the two. They're both really cool, but this really pops. I think it's a tremendous little view. Of course, I have it in the glissant base. Excuse me, it is humid. I'm just out of the shower. I went to the gym a bit ago, and I also did some lawn work. So now I want to get a shave. I'm going to go clean out the car, take it for a wash, do a little grocery shopping. Sunday fun tonight. Extreme Rules WWE on the network. So make sure if you're a wrestling fan, be sure you're watching. So let's wet the face. And today's brush is a Yagi 30 mil kind of game changer style boss knot. I got it from West Coast Shaving last month. And I don't know if I've used it on camera or not. So I'm going to do cool water on the face. My face was cleaned out, hydrated, ready to go per Nick Shaves. Let's dip the tips in the distilled water, shake it out. Let's get loading up here. The reserve base to me is a beautiful soap base. Squeeze out a little extra water. It actually, I really love it. I have spice and cool. I don't have the lavender or the fern or the classic. Classic is like Gillette Sun Up. Of course, PAA made it in Sundown for that scent, kind of late 60s into 70s, masculine aftershave scent. This stuff takes a lot of water. It can be a little gooey initially. I know I'm not using a pre-shave, by the way. I want to use the soap itself. This formula is very interesting because it does look like it comes out gooey, but it takes water, and when it is good to go, It is one of my top 3 soap bases, to be honest. I really enjoy the soap base very much. It does love its water, so we're going to see how it explodes out. Now we're going to start painting in. This one's going to take a while to work, so bear with me. I will say for a 30, this is a pretty dense knot. More water. It's denser than my 26 mil atomic rocket brush from Phoenix Shaving. However, this is a large chubby style handle and I don't care for the handle much. But in 30 mil there weren't many options. Unless I wanted to order it through Alibaba or whatever and wait longer. But I don't recall seeing a lot of 30 mil anyway. So I wanted the knot size, and I'll just figure out how to grip it. That's better, to make it a little more comfortable in my hand. So it looks like I need to grip it more as a bulb. I guess I prefer handles closer to this. Or longer. The chubby style is not one that works for me. Not even aesthetically, to be honest. I bought this more because of the knot. This needs more water. See, look at this. You can tell it's got a nice sheen, but it's still very thick, very viscous. Let's turn off the water here. It is humid, so I have the dehumidifier running. Well, one thing, when you dial this soap base in, you are going to get one of the slickest shaves on the planet, unless for some reason. Now I'm using this. This is the first time I'm using reserve base with my distilled water too, so this is a first. What the Saville scent is citrus, herbs, and oak moss. It is absolutely beautiful. They settle together very well to where you get the herbs kind of, I guess, underscore stuff, but I get the citrus and the oak moss. I guess the herbs quell citrus sweetness, and the oak moss gives you a powdery base to give you that barbershop aspect of it. I've got soap just coming off this brush, so we got plenty of soap ready to go. Alright, let's go there and rinse the hands, rinse the arms, wipe the shirt off. I put this shirt on thinking I'd wear it, but it looks like I may have soap going all over it, so I may have to change that. But if you've been with me a while, soap can go flying everywhere. So this is not new for most of you that have been with me since the early days, which hasn't been that long in the scheme of things, but long enough. All right. Whoa, we almost lost a foot. All right. So let's. This is a feather professional now, so I got to make sure I'm careful. Look at that. More soap just all over the hizzy. Yeah, we'll be changing shirts after this. Alright. So how we looking? Actually, not bad. Pretty nice. All right. I'll be honest. Not bad at all. I was worried, but I seem to be taking to this pretty nicely. The weight and the grip, it's contoured nicely. I found holding it like this, I get a balance, but I also use that edge there. Seems to do really well. I like the weight of it. I guess Leroy telling me that kind of think of it like a straight razor in many regards helped. Actually finding it easier than a straight, maybe because just without dealing with the scales on the other side. I don't know. Little weeper right there. That's okay. I'm finding it actually easier than a straight in many regards. I'm going to pick up my boy Chris in Australia. I got myself there. That's okay. Dude, get down here, stretch the skin, man. It looks like you were hanging up. You gotta stretch the skin. He and I are very much in the DE camp, so he understands the same, but with my minimal use of straight razors, stretching the skin is paramount with this kind of shaving because you don't have a safety bar that stretches the skin. Alright. And I did tag myself there because of the angle. And I've done that with a straight razor. Hell, I've done it with a safety razor, for God's sake. So that's nothing new. But otherwise, here and here, kind of expected, and I could do it with a DE very easily. Let's try the mustache. Go lightly under the nose until you have more space, and then you can even out. All right, let's rinse. Not bad, actually, for a first pass, for sure. Actually kind of liking it. Let's attempt an against the grain pass, and if it's not to our liking, we'll stop and we'll kind of clean it up. But this is my first use of the Kamisori, so confidence is only so high. I will say I think I have some scrape areas. I'm feeling it might end up being a little irritation that I'll take care of, but. Well, this I'm just going to paint on. I'm not going to go for a big frothy second lather. Oh, there's plenty in that brush still. All right. I should be stretching the skin there. I think the first time I've used a Feather Professional blade. Yeah, I've used like the, I don't know if the Kaya, I don't know, I used like a Pro Guard. Pretty good. Nice blade. You don't want to press too hard or drag. Just like a straight razor, you want to go lighter. All right, so here's where we're going to see what happens. Because now we're going to go against the grain on the cheek. I like. I'm not going to overdo it, so we're just going to try in spots. I'm going to do mostly where my cheeks, where the hairs show up funny, and I'll leave the rest to just a little bit. But this is not a bad shave. I got to be honest. Almost had to skip there. Going a little flatter against the skin with the angle. Stretch the skin because all of a sudden I'm getting where it wants to hang up. So get that angle right. Trust me, I've made the mistake. It's one thing when you're doing that first pass, once you're going against, flatten it out. That's what Stephen Kier, the Suffolk shaver, told me. And I'm very sad to hear. I was watching Kevy Shaves yesterday. Apparently, Mr. Kier, due to whatever reason, Stephen, you know I love you, brother. Hope you're still watching. The Suffolk shaver is shutting it down for a while. you know, super nice guy. I need to get back. I owe him a response because God, and I didn't reply. And Steven, I'm sorry. He messaged me about Avengers 4, or the next Avengers, the Infinity War follow-up. And I apologize for not getting back to you. Man, that was bad on my part. But Steven's one of the guys that told me about angle on the second pass. Using a Chevette. I need to do a second width because, well, I'm not bad on my cheeks, and I was happy I was able to get my neck, and I like the shave, but it's a Sunday. I don't need to be, you know, I'm not going for overly clean or anything. We just want to knock out a shave here. Turn on the cold water here. For what it is, not a bad shave. And just to show you how much is left in the brush, I'm going to get it rinsing here. Look at this. This soap is ridiculous. Reserve soap base. Like I said, my opinion, one of the best out there. In my top 3. And rinse this off. There's a spit for you. Yeah, my hair's still wet. I didn't dry it or anything. But in all honesty, pretty comfortable shave for, you know, a raw exposed blade. And for the heck of it, let's do our alum block test. Plus, we want to close up that spot out here. Now wet the face too. All right. Honestly, not much more in the way of feedback than, you know, a DE shave that wasn't the smoothest. And that makes sense considering the type of shave we just did. All right. I'm going to throw on a little Thayer's for overall skin health. Now I'm healing up my ingrown there, so that's good. Man, between that, I liked using that phrase, and I got a couple gents commenting that they found it funny too. Quad 01 zit and Quad 02 ingrown these last number of weeks going into the Big Shave East and post. Pains, you know, talk about pitas, you know, pains in the ass, but they're healing. Now I got one here because I broke out an electric razor for not for a face shave reason, but I cleaned up my neck and I got something here and it irritated it. Now I got a little zit there. So it's just the summertime, I think, and changing stuff up. All right. Now, since I didn't get the reserve, let's use the regular Saville aftershave, which I think is just as good as the reserve base aftershaves. I think there's more glycerin. Maybe there's another ingredient or two in the reserve base, but I don't notice much of a difference, to be honest. You know, it's splitting hairs, and I hate saying splitting hairs, and it makes me chuckle because we talk about an exfoliating ritual, a hair removal ritual. So it is kind of funny in a way to say splitting hairs when you're shaving. But with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Sunday. Remember, wrestling fans, that we've got Extreme Rules tonight if you're a wrestling fan. If not, I'm sure there's plenty else on. I will be running some errands and hair off that brush. Then getting ready for the week. I hope you have a great week. I will see you tomorrow for DE shave number 35. And considering I shaved today, I'm going to go to what's considered the mildest and not exactly the sharpest blade in 4 counties, the Derby. So I'm letting you know, we're going to do the Derby. We're going to break out the Rockwell Success Plate 4, R4, Atomic Rocket Brush. And I think we're going to use the Big Shave East soap and aftershave combo. And I actually have the sample of the Star Jelly, so we're going to get that all going together. So with that, thanks for watching again. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. Speaking of which, I am taking 2 months off from drinking because I started my diet, I dropped out 7 pounds, and then I just stopped all of a sudden and basically put what I lost right back on. And a lot of that has to do with enjoying my cerveza. So I'm going to take 2 months off. I'm going to get serious about the gym and the diet again, because I got a wedding to go to at the end of September, and they've only seen pictures of when I was thinner. And to get back to where I'm close to that, I got to lose about 30 pounds, and I cannot disappoint myself, and I can do it in 2 months based on how I treat myself with this diet. I can be done, or I'm going to get close enough to where I'm going to be looking really good when I get there regardless. I'm going to lose some of this shit and whatever else this crap I put on. So take care. Too sweet, good brothers and good sisters. Thanks for always putting up with my ridiculousness, and I will see you tomorrow morning for the next shave in the new, not new DE Blade Review series videos. Take care. Bye.